Delves are a very important part of Heart the City Beneath. Heart the City Beneath, after all, is a game about dungeon delving, and its theme is the final delve. There's even a skill that characters can know called Delve, and a feature of the game called Delves. So what on earth is a delve, and how do you run one? Welcome to PhD&D, everyone. I'm Dr. Bowers, and let's talk about delving in Heart the City Beneath. I recently ran Heart the City Beneath, well, a few months ago. I really enjoyed it. I like running this game, and delves are one of the most interesting parts. So let me tell you a few things about them and how to run them. First and foremost, a delve is a transition between two areas in the game. Toward the end of the sourcebook for Heart the City Beneath, there are a number of descriptions of very interesting, weird, and creepy areas that are haunted or plagued with supernatural evil technology or worse. Those areas are great to put into your games, but how do you get from one to the other? What's the space in between? That's a delve. So delves are the journeys in between those areas. The next thing to emphasize is that a delve is a situation with hit points. That's what it is. Let me emphasize again. A delve is a situation with hit points. A delve has hit points, in other words. It begins with an allotment of them, and as PCs make checks, they inflict damage on the delve. This infliction of damage is actually the PCs getting further and further along on their journey. So it's sort of like they're proceeding and making progress on their journey by inflicting damage on the delve. The game, of course, doesn't refer to hit points. Instead, it talks about the delve's resistance, and you wear down the resistance. But in more recognized language, that's what's going on. So how do PCs progress in this delve? What do they do? Well, first and most obviously, they could make delving checks. They could use the delve skill, and that's guaranteed to work as long as they succeed on their check. As for which other checks are appropriate, well, that's where you have to adjudicate based on what you've described the delve as being like. And here I think we get to the most difficult part of running a delve, is you need to know what they're like. What are the tunnels or the passageways like in between these areas? And I think there might even be this idea that if you make a delve too interesting, you may as well make it a location, and I don't know if that's true. So let me tell you what I did, and it worked pretty well, and I'm going to probably do it again. There's an adventure book for kids with branching paths, the sort that you might call Choose Your Own Adventure, except for it's not part of the officially branded series Choose Your Own Adventure. Instead, the series is called Forgotten Forest, and the book is called Forbidden Towers by Carol Gaskin. This is a spooky branching path adventure book for kids, which features 5 thematic towers that need to be explored. There's the Tower of Spiders, the Tower of Bones, the Tower of Eaters, the Tower of Beasts, and the Tower of Hands. Each one is ominous and weird and full of uniquely themed dangers. And so what I did in my campaign for Heart the City Beneath is I said that the various tunnels that crisscross and lead to the heart from the underground city, those are themed tunnels. From the city of Derelictus, you can find the Tunnel of Hands, the Tunnel of Spiders, the Tunnel of Bones, the Tunnel of Eaters, and the Tunnel of Beasts. So whenever the PCs were going from one area to another, I asked them which of these tunnels they were taking. Were they taking the Tunnel of Hands? Were they taking the Tunnel of Spiders? No matter which one they took, I made sure that there were dangers and weird things that they could encounter that were themed around one of those 5 ideas. If they took the Tunnel of Hands, for instance, they might encounter pairs of matching gloves that interlock at the thumb and flap around as if they were cave bats. Or they might encounter some huge fist that's made out of rock that's slamming the ground over and over, and the PCs need to find some way past it, either time their slide underneath it or some other thing. Or if they choose the Tunnel of Spiders, of course you can have weird spider enemies in there, and curtains and fountains of little spiders, and all kinds of creepy things like that. The Tunnel of Eaters will be filled with mouths and menus and silverware and weird stuff like that, and you could just go with it. It's easiest to run a delve, in other words, if the tunnels have themes. They don't have to be bones and eaters and hands and stuff. You could have the Tunnel of Hearts. Ooh, just the name is enticing. What's in the Tunnel of Hearts? The Tunnel of Sorrow. The Tunnel of Ash. Whatever the theme is, it has to be spooky. This is Heart the City Beneath. Choose a spooky thing. By choosing a theme, your ideas will focus and it'll be easier to ad-lib things as PCs move their way through these tunnels. And it will also help you narrow down your search if you're ever looking for encounters and you want to plan a few things in these delves. And once you know all that, first, that delves are just transitions between areas. Second, that delves are basically situations with hit points and PCs can inflict damage on them by making various skill checks. And third, that they're easiest to run by saying that there's a theme to the tunnel that they're delving through. You're ready to run a delve. The PCs are in a tunnel. It's a themed tunnel. There's some kind of themed obstacle in front of them. What is it? And to the question, how can they get past? Well, delving will usually work, almost always, and then there's whatever else they might try, their skills or whatever. With each successful skill check, even success at a cost, the PCs roll a damage die and that much gets inflicted on the delve. When the delve's resistance finally reaches 0, the PCs have reached their destination and the delve is over. That's how you run it. That's how you run delves in Heart the City Beneath. Or do you have other questions about them? Do you have other ideas that might work when it comes to running delves? Or do you have other ideas about what you might want to thematize your tunnels around? Let me know in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to do all the internet things, click like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon if you want notifications about new videos on this channel, and thanks.